Hey friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. In the last few hours, a new teaser message appeared on Discord, posted by one of the Mob Entertainment members, and in my opinion this is definitely not a random message. That text is very interesting because it seems to hide an important clue about one of the new upcoming characters. It could be someone who will be introduced as a surprise in Chapter 5, or maybe a presence that has always been there, but that we've never connected in the right way. During the video, we'll read and analyze this message, trying to understand what they're really suggesting. We'll also make some theories, connecting this teaser to other elements we've already seen in previous chapters, and above all, we'll try to figure out if this new character could be connected to the prototype, which is still one of the most mysterious figures in the entire saga. Of course, we won't stop there. We'll use this message to make broader considerations about Chapter 5, about what kind of atmosphere we can expect, how the story might evolve, and which direction Mob Entertainment could take. And as always, we'll also talk about the ARG of Poppy Playtime, because we know very well that nothing in this series is released by accident. Before we get into it, as always, remember to leave a like on the video if you enjoy this kind of analysis and theories, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss all the upcoming updates about Poppy Playtime, hidden teasers, and Chapter 5 news. With that said, I'd say we can start right away, because there's really a lot to analyze and to see. Let's see this message together and try to analyze it. Let's start right away with the analysis of the message, because in my opinion, there's a lot to talk about here. The message was written by Ben Rooker, one of the members of Mob Entertainment. An user asked him a very specific question. They asked who his favorite character from Chapter 5 that we already know is. This is extremely important to clarify, because they did not ask about a mysterious or never before seen character, but about a Chapter 5 character that has already been presented or at least officially confirmed. And Ben Rooker's answer is a simple smiling emoji. Now, said like this, it might sound like a throwaway reply, almost like a joke. But we know very well that Mob Entertainment never communicates randomly, especially when it comes to Discord and public messages. They really love speaking through hidden clues, leaving things ambiguous, messages that can be interpreted in multiple ways, especially when lore and the ARG are involved. So this smiling emoji can be seen in two ways. Either it's genuinely a generic answer, like I like them all, or it's an actual clue pointing to a specific Chapter 5 character. And this is where things start to get interesting. Let's take a moment to recap the situation. Mob Entertainment have already revealed the existence of several new characters tied to Chapter 5, but for many of them we still know very little. In fact, only two characters have had their faces clearly shown, and they are both plush characters. So if Ben Rooker says his favorite character is one that we know, and he answers with a smiling emoji, the question is, who could he really be referring to? The smiling emoji is something very simple, but precisely because of that, it could be linked to a specific design, expression, or behavior of a character. Maybe a character that appears friendly, reassuring, or at least is initially presented as good. We have to be careful because in Poppy Playtime appearances always deceive. Often the characters who smile the most are the ones hiding something much darker. In fact, we already saw this with Catnap. Catnap is a smiling critter. He smiles, but he was an antagonist. From this point on, we can start connecting the emoji to the characters that have already been confirmed. So, we'll try to understand which Chapter 5 character could truly be represented by that smile. And most importantly, why Ben Rooker chose that specific emoji and not another. Now let's really try to figure out who this smiling face emoji might be connected to, going by elimination and reasoning only with the characters that, for now, have been officially presented or confirmed. So let's make a clear list of the ones we already know. Currently, the confirmed characters are Huggy Wuggy, Poppy, the prototype, Lily Lovebraids, Experiment 1202, the star-shaped walkie-talkie, and the round-headed plush. To this list, maybe we can also add Kissy Missy. Of course, we know very well that there will be other characters, but for now, we need to focus only on those that have been officially shown or mentioned. Let's start with the easiest exclusions. Huggy Wuggy is the first name that comes to mind, also because technically he does have a smiling face. But precisely for this reason, I would almost immediately exclude him. If Ben Rooker's favorite character had been Huggy Wuggy, there would have been no reason to respond with an emoji. Huggy is one of the most iconic faces of the entire saga, everyone knows him, and he has already been the protagonist of entire chapters. Hiding a clue about him wouldn't add anything, so it's much more logical to think that he wasn't referring to Huggy Wuggy. The same argument applies to Poppy. She is also a central character, present from the end of chapter 1 and completely recognizable by now. If she were the favorite character, Ben Rooker could have just responded with her name, without any games or hints, so Poppy can be safely excluded too. Then we have experiment 1202. Here the exclusion is even simpler, because its appearance is not at all reminiscent of a smiling emoji. Its design is much more creepy, disturbing, and doesn't suggest a simple or friendly smile at all. So I would say that experiment 1202 is immediately out of the list. At this point, the field narrows a lot. The remaining characters are the star-shaped walkie-talkie, the prototype, Lily Lovebraids, and the round-headed plush. These are exactly the characters worth focusing on, because each of them, in a different way, could be connected to that smiling emoji. The star-shaped walkie-talkie, for example, has a display that can show a face similar to the emoji. The prototype is a special case. We don't have a real face, so using an emoji could be a way to not show it directly, but at the same time suggest its presence. Lily Lovebraids is still a very ambiguous character, of whom we know very little, and precisely for this reason, she could be hiding something important. And finally, the round-headed plush, which visually lends itself perfectly to being represented with a smiling face. So we can analyze better this situation. So, at this point, the possibilities are reduced to 4 characters, and we can try to reason about each of them with some theories. The first theory is about the star-shaped walkie-talkie. This item has already appeared in Chapter 5 material, and even if it seems like a simple accessory, it has an interesting feature. Its display can show a face, and this face, as we have seen, can take on expressions very similar to an emoji. So, in this sense, the smiling emoji chosen by Ben Rooker could be connected to the walkie-talkie. Moving on to the second possibility, the plush with the round head. Here the connection is quite immediate. The emoji that Ben Rooker used has a round, simple and recognizable head, and this could be a direct reference to this plush. Considering the visual style of the character, the association with a smiling emoji is almost natural. The third possibility is Lily Lovebraids. Even though her face was partially revealed in the Christmas artwork, I would tend to exclude her as the main candidate for this emoji. The reason is quite simple. Her most distinctive feature is her purple braid, and if Ben Rooker had wanted to reference her, he would probably have chosen an emoji connected to that detail rather than a generic smile. The last theory concerns the prototype. The prototype's face has not been revealed yet. Several fan theories suggest that its face could have a jester-like expression, exactly the kind of expression that could be linked to a smiling emoji. If this is true, Ben Rooker's message could be an actual teaser for the prototype. Thank you for watching this video. Bye bye and see you soon.